Thanks very much, Ian. And a rousing rendition of Hein Lavan Hadai, despite the relatively low crowd here, probably around about 12-15,000 maybe. So the teams, Danny Ward in goal for Wales, as I keep saying, his first runner of the season. Across the back then, Connor Roberts, Chris Mepham, Joe Roden now leads, of course, Ben Davies the captain, and Nico Williams of Nottingham Forest. First start in his Wales career for Jordan James, alongside Ethan Ampadu and Harry Wilson of Fulham. And then up front, Brennan Johnson, who just shook hands with his Spurs colleague Son Heung-min, and Nathan Broadhead. 3 goals for him for Ipswich. The two captains embrace, Ben Davies and Son Heung-min, and of course they travelled down together on the train to Cardiff with the two Spurs colleagues, big mates, and it looks like Ben won the toss, so something's going Wales' way. The Korean team, Kim Seung-yu in goal, he plays his football for Al-Shabaab in Saudi Arabia. Across the back, Seo Young-woo, Young Seung-hyun, Kim Min-jae and Lee Ki-jae. Then in midfield, Hang In-byum, Park Young-nu, Lee Ju-sung, Hong Hyun-suk, and the front line of Cho Ji-sung and Song Heung-min. The referee is William Collum of Scotland. And so the big dilemma, how will Wales play here ahead of that huge game in Latvia on Monday? We're live on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Korea are in a black kit with multicoloured patterns on their shirt. Looks like someone's thrown the picture together. And Wales, of course, in red shirts, white shorts. A win wouldn't solve Rob Page's problems, but it might ease the pressure a little going into that Latvia game on Monday. We're underway. Korea playing from right to left. On the ball is Kim, the big centre-half, who's just transferred this summer from Napoli, the Serie A victors, to Bayern Munich. Plenty of clubs are after him. And he's fed another summer mover, Hwang In-byum, who moved from Olympiacos to Red Star Belgrade. Wales holding their shape in their own half at the moment. Haven't seen the ball yet. Alongside me, Nathan Blake and Simon Church. And Rob Page said yesterday that Wales would have to hurt. In other words, they would spend a long time without the ball.
Yeah, and it certainly looks that way. Good evening all. Looks that way from the beginning, doesn't it, Rob? Only a minute in and Wales, well, that's the first time they touched the ball.
Johnson robs it though, Wilson charges forward, Harry Wilson tries to slide in, Nathan Broadhead just cut out as Wales burden into the penalty area, cleared away only as far as Ben Davies down that left hand side. The Wales captain approached by his fellow captain Son Heung-min, and Wales have a throw in.
Clearly it's going to be for Rob Page's part of his setup is to allow Korea to have the ball, Rob. It does tire you out, especially towards the latter part of the game. So in this heat, that's got to be taken into consideration also. So difficult night for Wales without the ball, but as you've seen there, the intention is to nick it and then counter-attack. I felt Harry Wilson should have taken a shot on there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe he should have asked Simon Church about that in a moment.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's going to be long spells of the game without the ball. You know, you can see the way they've set up, and I think that's the way they're going to hurt them, is hit them on the break, try and recover the ball. And I agree with you there, Blake. I think early on, just have a shot, you're 20 yards out. He's got a wand of a left foot. But yeah, that's a good counter attack. I think there's going to be lots of periods of the game where they're sat back like this, and they're just going to be playing it around the back.
Yeah, Wales are set up as a back five. I just hope it has that fluidity that we used to see under Chris Coleman's team. They would start in that back five, Rob, but end up with a three with the fullbacks really pushing into midfield to help out.
Long ball over the top of the Wales defence, and Roden guides it, shepherds it through to first touch for Danny Ward, who's yet to play a minute for Leicester City this season. Been on the bench a few times as Northern Ireland go 1-0 down earlier in Slovenia, and that's a qualifier. This is a friendly match, of course, on BBC Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. Touch in midfield, back to Davis. Ampadu is available just inside his own half, goes back to Roden on loan at Leeds, and then Mepham to Ward, clears it right-footed, touched by Johnson, down for Wilson. Wilson tried to thread it through to Nathan Broadhead, who wins a challenge in midfield, leaves it to Ampadu, who fires it out towards Nico Williams down that left-hand side. Back to Davis just inside his own half. Ampadu, so impressive for Leeds this season after his move from Chelsea. Wales 1 win in their last 12 games, and the pressure has mounted. Very big criticism on social media in particular, as Williams gets a run down that left-hand side again. He's up against Seol Hyung-moo. Still going is Williams, then outnumbered. South Korea get their forces back, try to play it out of their own half, but they're struggling to get away, and Williams wins a throw, which he takes quickly to Broadhead on that left-hand side in front of the Ninian stand. Broadhead trying to wriggle his way through again. Williams takes it up, heads towards the penalty area, cleared away. But Wales are there again with Jordan James. This time he robs Lee Jae-sung of Mainz in Germany. 0-0. 5 minutes on the clock, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, it's evened itself out now, Rob. I think when it's this slow in the build-up from both teams, Wales trying to pick it up a little, but what's going to be so evident, so obvious?
Wilson again tries to get Brennan Johnson away.
Yeah, what's going to be so obvious, what shows is the tactical, technical performances of players. Technically, most of these players, all of these players are gifted, but really and truly in this slow sort of hot, sticky evening, tactically you can really see the battle of wills. And just watching Rob Page when Wales are in possession, telling to Conor Roberts to really push up on this right hand side, so they go from that back three into that midfield 5.
Ampadu, I think that was headed for Wilson, but it was his radar was just off. And now Kim of Bayern Munich fires it across field to Seol down that right hand side. Back in field to Park Young-woo, plays for Al Ain in the UAE. Kim on the ball again. Seen a lot of it. Touch forward to Hwang. He's not the Wolves Hwang, he's on the bench. This is Hwang In-gum, who, when he returns from international duty, will play his trade at Red Star Belgrade. Northern Ireland have equalised against Slovenia, 1-1 in that one. It's 0-0 here at the Cardiff City Stadium. South Korea not on great form themselves. Jurgen Klinsmann, their manager, been in charge for 4 games, yet to have a win, and a bit of pressure on him back home as well.
I think both managers could do with a win, Rob, to be honest with you. Relieve some pressure.
Long ball forward to the edge of the Wales penalty area. Nico Williams takes charge, not the best clearance though, but Ben Davis intervenes as South Korea tried to thread it into the penalty area. Johnson back in his own half, gets caught in possession, the Spurs man. Wilson trying to win it back against Hwang in midfield. Hwang looks elegant on the ball, quite short. And they fire it forward again, but Roden helps it up to Ben Davis, lofts it up towards halfway. Wales playing left to right, red shirts, white shorts. It's scrappy at the moment, Nathan Blake.
It is. Still only 7 minutes in, Rob.
Yeah,
we'll settle down.
Lee Ki-jae,
it's got the feel of a friendly, isn't it?
Lee. That's a Lee Ki-jae again in field. Ampadu slides in just outside his penalty area. Rob Page gets off his bench. And it's with Korea again. 8 minutes, not really a threat on goal so far, but
I'm just watching the
Son
song.
Heung-woo has got room down that far side. Played it into Son that time. Took a knock then, the South Korea captain.
He's getting in some lovely pockets, Rob.
Scored a hat-trick, of course, against Burnley on Saturday. And he is, of course, South Korea's most famous player, possibly their greatest ever player. Girls will have to be disciplined. And you wonder whether this is a formation. She hasn't always played 5 at the back, has he, Rob Page?
No. I am a big advocate of it. The way it was played under Chris Coleman, it was fantastic, because it was a back 5 only at certain times. Those 2 wide men, like I said, used to slot into midfield, which created overloads in midfield and really bolstered the attack. You had a young, fit running Aaron Ramsey and Bale, and even the man to my right here running around.
I think that's going to be important for them today.
Good tackle by James in midfield. Sorry, Simon, cut you off in your prime then, but Wales are breaking forward. You never know when Brennan Johnson gets on the ball. This is Ampadu. Fires it up towards Johnson. Lovely touch inside, but he's offside. Simon, you were saying?
But yeah, I think that's where we're going to have to utilise it. The wing backs is where they're going to get the space today, and you know, Johnson's going to spread the pitch. He's going to make the runs in behind, which he's tried to do early doors, and I think that's the only way to kind of break their formation. Utilise the wing backs. Like Blakey said, we've had loads of success in past years using this formation, and they've got to be able to get on the ball and get forward.
Do you know what's surprising me, Churchy? We've gone to this system and we're 10 minutes in, and I've been saying it for quite a number of games. Ethan Ampadu, when he first came in the team, didn't stop spreading balls left to right to left, spraying them 60 yards. I haven't seen him do it for such a long time, whether that's club football or international football. And in playing left of the 3, I'd rather see him central in that position where Jordan James is, because I think he's just a bit more of an anchor and gives you a bit more space.
James has just knocked it out to Nico Williams, taken over by Broadhead. Scored a beauty against Cardiff for Ipswich on Saturday. Williams tries to wriggle his way down the left-hand side, gets in the cross, wins the first corner. 10.5 minutes gone on 5 Sport Extra and BBC Radio Wales. It's 0-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium between Wales and South Korea. Red Wall don't disappoint with their singing when required. Wilson is going to take this left-sided corner with his left foot. Nepham's gone short. The target is Roden, heads it down, takes a deflection. It was off Park Young-Woo, but Davis has won the ball back quite fiercely. Roden is there as well. Ampadu just outside the box, puts it on to Broadhead. Broadhead, chance to shoot. Wanted it on his left foot, rebounds off the defender. Wilson plays it back to Nico Williams. Wilson goes wide again, short to Broadhead, who scored of course on his debut for that big equaliser in Croatia at the start of the Euro 24 qualifying group. Davis, I wonder why he didn't chase that. It went off a Korean foot for a Wales corner, their second.
Really liking Broadhead's positions early on. He's dropping in, he's playing that false 9, picking up some good positions. It's a shame he didn't manage to get his shot off, but you can tell he's playing confidently at the minute.
Roden, Ampadu, Davis, Nepham, all trying to find space around the penalty area, and Spice. Roden heads the ball down. No, that sort of space. Cooking spice, I mean. 0-0. Serbia 1-up against Hungary in Belgrade. 0-0 here though, as Williams goes forward again down that left side, plays it to Wilson. Wilson, little touch to Mepham, who finds himself trying to keep an attack going down that far side as Wales play left to right. Roden in the centre circle. Goes square to the captain, Ben Davis. Davis holds it up for Ampadu. Ampadu says, get out of the way, ref. Feeds it through to Broadhead. Into Wilson. Wilson in the box. Good save by Kim.
That was a good save, Rob. Brilliant football. Slow, just sped it up.
Broadhead has brought down Nathan Blake, Simon Church.
Yeah, lovely movement, 1-2s and what have you. One-touch football, Rob. And a really good, you have to say it was a great save in the end by the keeper. It really fancied Wilson just to lift it over the keeper. It's a bit tame in the end, but great football to get there.
Just mentioning Broadhead's movement, he dropped off, picked it on the half turn, and that's where you need your runners in this formation. And Harry Wilson, you know, he can nick a goal. He loves scoring goals, and I'm surprised he didn't get it there, but it was a great save in the end. He tried dinking it, but
I think Wilson will think that should have been goal number 7 for Wales.
I think so.
But you have to praise Kim Sin-yoon, who played in the Saudi Pro League last season, 3rd highest number of clean sheets with 11, and that stretch save to his right probably showed why.
He was off his line quickly also, Rob.
So Wales have given South Korea a scare, but no breakthrough yet.
Don't think Wilson caught it quite right, did he? And I think there's a bit of a deflection as well from the defender, in fairness. A really good move.
Already 1 or 2 big tackles in midfield from Jordan James, Nathan Blake, who is playing at Birmingham City, seems to be getting more games this season.
Yeah, I think that's a problem, isn't it? It's been a problem who they're going to sit next to Ethan Ampadu for quite some time. So for me, it is a position that is up for grabs. So good to see him doing well tonight.
Joe Morrell is suspended for Monday's game in Latvia, as is Kiefer Moore, the big centre-back. They're both on the bench tonight. Slightly surprised, Simon Church, that those two didn't play, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if that's protecting them. The slight knocks.
For what, though? Oh, right,
slight knock, something like that. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that was a perfect opportunity. I mean, Brennan Johnson, you want to save him for the game on Monday. Broadbent, he deserves the opportunity, to be fair, and he started really, really brightly. But maybe it was the dynamic that Page wanted to play, because when you play Kiefer, you play a different way. I'm surprised both of them didn't play, especially with Joe Morrell not playing on Monday as well.
We shall see what happens. 60 minutes gone goalless here on BBC Radio 1 Sport and 5 Sport Extra at the Cardiff City Stadium. Friendly between Wales and South Korea, the first time these two have met. Wales have played a number of Asian teams before, not least Iran in the World Cup. That didn't end well. Lee, just we've seen Cho on the ball from Midtjylland, and they're in behind the Wales defence here, but there's an offside flag. Went up against Hong Hyun-sik, who was at Ghent in Belgium.
Lovely little ball Lee played, wasn't it? Left-footed, just round the full-back into the striker, favouring the striker over the centre half. I used to love those balls because you're in the box, can't touch you once you get it under control. Little swivel of the hips and try and turn on your man.
Shut your eyes and hope for the best.
I made a living of that, Church, you know that.
0-0. Wilson retrieves the ball from Gunnar for a throw-in from Danny Ward's clearance. The back pass is awkward, and Johnson went flying in, but again, Kim Sung-yu did really well to get that away. Stojanovic has given Slovenia a 2-1 lead against Northern Ireland now, as Lee picks up the ball down this left-hand side, wearing 2. Plays it wide to Hong Hyun-sik. Parking Noon looked as if he was going to play it forward, leaves it instead for Jung Seung-hyung. And Korea starting to find their passing now. Son on the edge of the penalty area, fires it out left. There's an overlap, but they ignore it. Chance of Son to shoot from the edge of the box. Hit James, bounces out, breaks to the Tottenham player again. In fine form, of course. Holds it up, left edge of the penalty area. Connor Roberts goes to meet him. He admitted in the week he had a bit of a perfect view of Son's hat-trick on Saturday, playing for his side Burnley. They're pulling this Welsh defence wide. Roberts and Wilson on this near side, helped by James to the edge of the box. James makes sure it goes back. Rob Page gets off his bench again. Not seeing too much of Jurgen Klinsmann, the manager. France have gone 1-up against the Republic of Ireland. Chouameni 1-0 there, 0-0 here. And Northern Ireland still losing 2-1 in Slovenia. Whereas they're having to be disciplined at the moment, as South Korea have probably their longest spell on the ball.
Yeah, and I said earlier, it's later on in the game, but as soon as the fixture friendlies, you can put on like 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 subs, right? So it is going to take, something a bit special to one of these teams get broken down.
Davies has to be on guard on the edge of his own penalty area to head a searching cross-field ball away. Then he gets taken down.
Honestly, love Ben. What a great player. What a great player he's been for Wales. He's so experienced, and I think previously in the last couple of games that the other two centre-halves have been...
Well, they've missed him.
They've missed him.
Yeah, massively.
They've missed him.
Massively.
And you can see that.
Well, it's his 79th cap tonight. So he moves clear of Craig Bellamy and within 3 of Aaron Ramsey. So in 8th position by himself now in the overall Golden Caps for Wales. Aaron Ramsey 7th, just 3 behind the late great Gary Speed. Ramsey's on the bench tonight. We shall see if he makes an appearance. I suspect he won't. Although at the moment he's loving life, just being back in Cardiff no matter what.
I can believe it. Nice to be settled.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things for a footballer as a family.
Even looking forward to 3 screaming boys in the back of the car on the school run, he said. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might have to go in for medical treatment early, I think, 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, straight to the physio. What is it, your calf? No, my eardrums.
We all been there.
Yeah, right. Pescally kids.
Netherlands 1-up on Greece, the Roon, as Wales have possession.
It's like it's such a friendly game. It's
Lovely ball through from Roden to Wilson, gets bundled over. Free kick Wales, 15 yards inside the South Korea half.
It's being played at like a 70% sort of pace.
Looks lively tonight, Wilson, doesn't he?
He has done, yeah.
Square to Davis. Into Ampadu, everything seems to go past him. Broadhead gets involved and they make space for Williams on that left hand side. Broadhead goes to help. Williams has gone up ahead. Broadhead takes it on himself, wants to get near the penalty area, and it just clips off the heels of Seol Young-woo, and Crew win back possession with Lee Jae-soo. Sweep the ball across their own penalty area to probably the biggest man in their squad, Kim, the Bayern Munich, Kim Min-jae, Bayern Munich centre-back. Davis intercepts on that left-hand side. He then loses it. Ampadu does the same though. Thinks about going back to Ward. Arcing run inside his own half. He does really well to hold off 1-2 bites from Korean players. Ward clears upwardly. Thompson's not going to win that in the air. Can Roberts win the follow? Instead it'll bounce down for Mepham, and it remains goalless. Simon Church.
Yeah, I think what we were touching on there about the feel of a friendly game, you can see it with the atmosphere. You know, we've been quite fortunate in recent years to have a full stadium, regardless of whether it's a friendly or a qualifier, and you know, you just get the sense and the feel tonight. You know, it's been built up as a bit of a a relevant game, a bit of a nuisance. So you can kind of feel that with the fans, and I think the players feed off that as well. You can see by the tempo of the game and the start of it. We've all been part of those games. It's difficult to get up for, but you know,
just don't lose them.
Just don't.
Absolutely.
Chris Coleman used to avoid him, didn't he? He didn't play many, did he? He'd rather have a camp.
Yeah, that's true.
I know how much work went on in those camps. I'm sure you're going to tell me loads.
Yeah.
But Simon Church is just smiling knowingly.
Yeah.
0-0, you're not missing anything. The ball is with Danny Ward, 23 minutes gone. One chance so far to Harry Wilson. Good ball out to Davis, and then his through ball is easily cut out.
Yeah, I think Broadhead wanted it wide, Rob.
He did.
Didn't want it through the middle. He was making his move to the left sort of flank.
One thing that's surprising me about the Korean numbers, you're going to like this, boys, because apparently South Korea are tetrophobic. In other words, they have a phobia about the number 4.
Yeah, I know, it means death, doesn't it, Rob?
Yeah, it does.
And,
similar sound. Oh, it's a lovely turn on that far side by Lee Jun. So Wales get back really well with Nico Williams. Go on, Nathan, you were going to say.
And their highest finish in a World Cup competition?
Semi-finals, yeah, when they hosted
2002.
2002.
Yeah.
So you knew about the tetrophobic, did you?
I do my research, Robert.
Well done.
It's like our 13, isn't it?
Apparently in lifts, I've never been to South Korea, but in lifts they won't have the number 4, they'll have an F there instead.
That's right, yeah.
See, I don't make this up, do I?
No, it's real.
They also do a lot of spam, but that's another thing.
Yeah, you're going to be telling about the loo roll next, aren't you? Well, do you not know that one?
Apparently, spam is a common gift given during Chuseok, which is the Korean.
Oh, you're just going to ignore that, was it?
Yeah, I'm just ignoring that, yeah.
Well, they give loo roll as a gift, Robert.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you knew more about this than me. Do you want to take over the commentary while we're at it? 25 minutes gone, and there's a drinks break. Simon Church, Nathan Blake. We can discuss more about South Korea later, but what are you thinking about events on the pitch as Ian Rush is on our screen? I'll tell you something about him and Kevin Ratcliffe in a moment. Go on.
No, I think it's obviously a slow-paced game. You can feel it's a friendly atmosphere. The couple of times that we've broken through has been between the lines. Harry Wilson picking it up. Broadhead, whose movement I've been really impressed with. You know, he's coming into this, he's inexperienced at this level, but he's looking confident. You can tell he's got a couple of goals behind him this season already, and the best moments that have happened so far have come through him.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Him and Harry Wilson. Just looking at Wilson's chance again. You could say all that. Yeah, it was. I thought the defender got a little clip on it. I think all the players come from, or most of the players you'd say have come from Korea, but the most threatening moments have come from Wales. But it really is a friendly atmosphere. You know, it's like having a practice match, isn't it? Up at the Vale or something like that.
It's difficult to get the tempo up, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's so warm and close and muggy, and you've got a game on Monday, so you don't really want to overexert yourself. Lots of factors, Rob.
So 27 minutes gone, but there was a drinks break. As I said, you probably need it. As Amadou steps in midfield, feeds Wilson out to Davis, wide to Williams, midway inside the Korea half. Wales playing left to right. Red shirts. I think I saw a bit of a Mexican wave developing then, but thankfully somebody snuffed it out.
Too hot.
Yeah, exactly. Big clearance by Ward again, looking for Nico Williams. Williams beaten in the air, but the loose ball is picked up by James in midfield. Carves it out towards Connor Roberts on the halfway line. Roberts back into James.
Yeah, that ball which has just got switched to Connor Roberts. It's going to have to come a bit earlier for me. You want to be up against. You don't want to be up against Hong if you're
Broadhead. Roberts sees on a little back heel by Williams, just a little bit ahead of the Ipswich defender. Roden makes sure that Cho Ju-sung can't get hold of the ball. Johnson just broke under his feet as it was played up towards him, cleared away for a Wales throw.
It's a difficult task, that one, playing up front by yourself. You know, the way Brennan Johnson plays, he makes a lot of runs. He's going to have to do a job holding it up and bide his time and be patient. And, you know, he's feeding off scraps at the moment. He's going to have to stay very, very patient.
Roberts with the Wales throw, level the Korea penalty area. Oh, he's won the ball back. Well, I thought he had. Looks like it was a handball against Connor Roberts. And it's a free kick to South Korea inside their own penalty. I was going to say about Ian Rush, he came down with Kevin Ratcliffe today from his home in North Wales, stroke Merseyside, by plane. A 4-seater plane. Didn't fancy the train.
Would never have got on that myself. Not a chance. I would have ferried down the Mersey before I get on a plane. No way. 4 seats.
Yeah, 4 seats.
Not for me, thank you very much.
The same.
No way.
Here's Williams, cuts in from the left-hand side, feeds Davis, adventurous, up to the edge of the box, slides it in for Johnson, tries to pull it back, wins the corner from the byline.
Yeah, it's good play again. Look like Johnson was actually shaping to shoot.
I thought he would have shot.
Yeah, and then the ball was just out of position, so he's had to change his stride pattern to try and get the cross in. I think the ball was heavier than what he anticipated also.
Ben Davis, very adventurous tonight.
But that's what Ben can do. He can travel with the ball. He's shown it time and time again, and that's what we're going to need to open these. You know, they're very rigid in midfield and at the back. And
half an hour on the clock. Wilson corner from the left. Davis again, but he can't keep the header down. Balloons over the top into the Grange end, and it remains goalless on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. I'm alongside the former Wales strikers Nathan Blake and Simon Church. Chris Mepham looks anguished that he didn't get that ball to the near post from Wilson's corner.
Typical centre half that.
So Wales now switched to a back 4 by the looks of it. Is that what they're doing? Now they're going back to a back 5. Right.
Just
some rotation in it. Yeah, up and down.
Clinton's under a bit of flack from home. He doesn't live in South Korea, lives in the USA. He doesn't go to K-League games.
No, spent about 60 odd days, I read.
That's right, yeah.
In Korea.
It's not gone down well.
No.
Good challenge by Meckham, which concedes a throw-in, but midway inside the South Korea half, yeah.
What do you think, Rob? Do you think you have to live and you've got to live and breathe it? You've got to be there? No, soak up the... It
probably helps if you turn up and watch games, doesn't
Absolutely, yeah. Immerse yourself in the culture.
I mean, I think Rob Page has probably got a season ticket at Leeds with Ethan Ampadu, Joe Roden and Daniel James. But yeah, I think you have to be seen. On the ball for Korea, back to Lee. This is 20 yards inside the Wales half, down this left touchline, in front of the grandstand, in front of the posh seats. And that ball is overhit on that right hand side, and jeers from the Ninian stand as it gets away from Seol Hyung-woo. Because every Korean has to do national service before the age of 30, but they've got what they call draft clubs there, where they can do service while playing football as well. Johnson has gone tumbling off the ball.
He just got checked
by
Kim.
By Kim, and he's a big lad to be checked by. He's solid, isn't he? And he watched the favourite of Napoli last season, Nathan Blake, and he was one of their standout players.
He was.
Johnson is up though. That would be Rob Page's big fear, Simon Church, getting injuries tonight.
That was always the hardest part, playing up front by yourself, and you've got 2 meatheads behind you. You know they're just going to take any chance they can to absolutely crunch you. But I'm sure he'll get his own back when he puts them on a foot race.
It's not spam meatheads, no. A couple of meatheads behind you. Is that what centre-halves are affectionately known as?
Meatheads, galoots, donuts.
Oh my word.
There's stronger insults, Rob, but that's only for the pitch.
Yeah.
Can't play, 2 left feet. I mean, you couldn't say that now, could you?
No, absolutely.
It only takes one to go into the back of you, doesn't it? One foot.
But it only takes one ball to go in their net, and you've done your job.
Yeah. Well done by Broadhead then. Nicked in as Korean player dwelt on the ball from a clearance. James just to loft the ball forward to Wilson, who made the run, but
it was actually almost well executed.
Yeah.
Just needed a bit more on it, James.
He's coming into the game now.
He is more and more.
He's getting a lot more touches.
Yeah.
Kim Min Jae was the obstacle. He had to get it over. Williams down that left side to Broadhead. Broadhead has a chance to try and cut into the penalty area. Block though.
Nice.
Wales have won it back, and as Nico Williams tried to break into the box, there was a good tackle by Seol Young Woo, but they've won it back again. Broadhead seeing plenty of the ball, just wants an opportunity. Williams wide on the left hand side, threads it back to Davis, holds it up. Ampadu points back into his own half, but Davis goes across field. Now he goes back to Mepham. Roberts is wide on this right hand side. Wilson has dropped inside. They tried to put the press on. Wilson has to go back to Ward, and the press affected well by this Jurgen Klinsmann outfit. Williams has space down the left side again though. He's got Johnson running up ahead, his former Nottingham Forest teammate. Goalless after 35 minutes on Radio Well Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Don't forget Latvia v Wales on Monday night. Huge game for the qualifiers and for Rob Page. Live from 7:45 for kick-off. We're on air from 7 on the home of Welsh Sport. 0-0 here though.
That's the right ball from Mepham, that crossfield pass. Just needs better execution on it.
I think these are the times where be a bit patient, wait for the gaps to open up, and that ball's on. That's your out ball.
Slovenia 3-1 up on Northern Ireland now, but
is that in Northern Ireland, Rob?
No, that's in Slovenia.
Right.
And Hungary have equalised against Serbia in Belgrade, 1-1 there. 0-0 here at the Cardiff City Stadium. A sort of buzz around the crowd, isn't there? A sort of hum as if people are talking while they're watching. There's enough to keep you occupied, but maybe not huge on entertainers. The ball goes into the Wales box, and that was South Korea's best chance. It flew across the box from Lee Ki-jae, who plays his football at Sono Blue Wings in Korea. And two players went in for it, but somehow it swept past everybody.
Striker's dream, that cross.
Yeah. Beautiful cross. His Hong just couldn't get there. But actually, sometimes when you say it's too good a ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too good a ball. That was like my pet hate as a striker, is watching the ball go across the goal in front of me. It's like, keeper stayed on his line.
To be fair, he's defended well.
Should say Slovenia's third, in case there are any Northern Ireland fans listening. Slovenia's third has been ruled out by a VAR. In the live table, Finland the top of that group with 12 points. Denmark in second place on 10 alongside Slovenia. Kazakhstan have 9, Northern Ireland on 3. Just above San Marino, who are pointless. That's
gone are the days that you can celebrate a goal properly.
It drives me mad.
Gone are the days. That's what VAR has done to us.
I'm not
football without VAR for me.
I'm not a fan of it at all.
Never will be converted.
So I think we've established none of you like VAR then, is that right?
No,
not at all.
There was a run on them by Wilson. He got in behind Kim, but Wales couldn't deliver. Roberts may try now, but once on his right foot, so doesn't feel confident enough to knock it forward. Goes all the way back to Danny Ward, right slice, right footed clearance. Good catch by Rob Page. And it's 0-0. Are we going to get a goal before half time, guys?
Not at this rate, Rob.
There's been a couple of glimpses on the
here and there,
but nothing.
It's a friendly
solid.
match. It's playing as a friendly match.
Hungary now 2-1 up in Serbia. Nil-nil at the Cardiff City Stadium. Neither side really looking too confident going forward. But slick play by South Korea down this left-hand side has sent Hwang away into the penalty area. Nepham is struggling to stay with him. Now he gets goal side. Gets help as well from Connor Roberts. Park Yu-Nyu just goes tumbling. No foul, says the Scottish referee. Yuki J will try and put it in again. This time he holds it up. Chance for Son Heung-min, and Ward is forced to save. Just 20 odd yards out. In his form, you don't.
Well, I was going to say, don't give him space there, but in fairness, James did close him down really well, and I think might have got a little deflection on it, which took a bit of the pace off it. Yeah, dangerous man to be given that kind of space around the box.
Yeah, Ward stretched up in the air to save, but he was heading in. And it remains goalless on Radio Well Sport at 5 Sport Extra. And now it's Korea's turn to put the press on. James didn't look there, played a blind ball, but it's cleared up to halfway. Johnson can't control it.
Don't play square balls. You can hear it, can't you? Don't play square balls in midfield. What you doing?
What about changes at half time then? What are you thinking? How many will there be, do you think?
He mentioned he's already got them set out, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Caught an interception by Joe Roden then. As Lee Jae-sung of Mainz tried to get away. Another teasing cross, which Ward comes up for. Lee Ki-jae is the problem down this near side. That's a good clearance. Broadhead. Can he get around his man? He can't. Solid tackle by Johnson.
You know what? That's where he's struggled a bit tonight with that. His runs have been fantastic. He's been lively, made great runs. But as soon as he gets one-on-one, that's the third or fourth time now he's been one-on-one. He's gone to push in and just stuck a leg out, and so he needs a bit of a trick or something. He needs to drop his shoulder, come inside maybe, just do something a little different.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very impressed with his movement, to be honest.
Brilliant, his movement.
His false nines be dropping in nice little pockets and being able to run in behind, but that's what it's about, isn't it? It's the end product. And can you mix it up? Can you not be predictable?
Yeah, just needs to, show a little trick there. 1v1.
Necker was a bit agricultural then. It's now 3-1 to Slovenia against Northern Ireland. Sesko has added a third. And it's 0-0 here. We've got 42 minutes on the clock, but there was a drinks break, so probably still 3 or 4 minutes away from half time. Son is in behind the Wales defence. He's offside. Flag went up straight away on the far side. And 1 or 2 are heading to the drinks early behind us.
So do you think we've gone away from, do you think Rob Page has gone away from trying to have possession to going back to something that was being done, like I say, about 10 years ago by Chris Coleman, and that's give possession and try and counter-attack? Because that's what it seems like almost they're not playing it as well as Chris Coleman's side, but you can see they seem to be going in that direction. They're already saying you can have possession.
Yeah, the way they've set up is kind of given them a lot of respect. They've sat back, even in the final third of their the opponent's half. Like, they're just letting them have the possession.
Wilson wins a big challenge on the edge of the box, shoots left-footed, goalkeeper right behind it. Kim Sung-yu didn't deal with it as well as he dealt with Wilson's effort, but his first effort, but Harry Wilson
didn't quite catch it enough, did he?
Curling left-footed shot.
Seen him do it many times from that angle.
Kim Sung-yu was, I think he was diving already before he'd anticipated it.
He was on one
and he'd already dived.
You asked the question of Simon earlier, Nathan Blake, about whether this is what Rob Page wants. You know, I've always said he'd like to play a false nine.
Yeah.
But Kiefer Moore keeps scoring goals when he plays.
I think also, Rob, I'll let this build up.
Yeah, Heung-min Song on the ball. Takes a little 1-2. Ampadu gets in a key little sliding tackle 5 yards from his own penalty area. Breaks for a corner. South Korea's first corner. And we're into the 44th minute. Kim Min-jae has gone up to the penalty area from the back. So has Park Young-woo.
I think, like I was saying, I think they need a platform. I think Brennan's brilliant at running over the top, but the game isn't just about over the top. You need a platform to build off. I think that's what Kiefer and Brennan give you as a mix.
Lee Ki-jae with this corner from the left-hand side. Drives it in left-footed, headed up from the near post by Nico Williams. South Korea have it again on that far side. And Ampadu tried to clear Son's
that's just clearance, Rob.
Tasty little right-sided cross.
Outside the...
It just skewed off his foot and up for a corner.
Yeah, outside the left foot. Just put it up over the bar.
Well, he meant it.
Yeah.
Okay. Lee Ki-jae again with this corner from the left side. Again, gathering of black shirts around the penalty spot. Now they break. This time Roden heads it clear. There was pushing going on though. Spotted by the referee. And that will go. That is half time. Never mind the drinks break.
Yeah.
Bang on 45 minutes. Well, plus 8 seconds apparently. Not too much to get this crowd thrilled about. Wales probably had the two best chances, or two best efforts. Wilson denied by Kim Sung-yu twice, once from close range and then another more speculative effort than 20 yards. And at the other end, well, there was a curling cross which went across the face of the Wales 6-yard box, but to no avail. Half time, get ready for the changes. Wales 0, South Korea 0. Thanks a lot to Ian. Wales to kick off, playing from right to left towards the vocal Canton end. Red shirts, white shorts, goalless on Radio World Sport and 5 Sport Extra. And as Ian mentioned, Kiefer Moore playing up front in place of Brennan Johnson, and Ethan Ampadu makes way for Joe Morrell. Both of those players suspended for red cards in Latvia on Monday, so it makes perfect sense. And Moore makes his presence felt, heading on for Wilson. Wilson runs at the penalty area, sets up Broadhead, plenty of black shirts in front of him, sets it up for Williams, edge of the penalty area, low cross into the box, can't find a red shirt. Wilson tries to win it back, goes to ground, no foul, says the referee. And Korea get the ball away, only into the Wales half where Ben Davis picks it up. Well, Simon Church, you then saw what Kiefer Moore does bring to this side.
That's it. I think it just changes the whole dynamic of the team, and it also gives the midfielders and the defenders an outball. And I think, you know, when you can utilise chucking it up to Kiefer, you're going to have runners off it. More times than not, he's going to win the header, and that showed there. And, you know, Harry Wilson, that's what he does. He runs onto it, he wants to score goals and support him.
Jordan James charges down that right hand side, can't find Wilson with the inside ball though. And I'll give it the Wales team now then. It's Ward in goal, Roberts, Mepham, Roden, Davis the captain, and Williams across the back. James now alongside Morrell and Wilson, and Broadhead partnering Kiefer Moore up front. Kiefer Moore has 10 goals for Wales. Scored the winner here against Latvia in March. And Korea, no changes to them yet. So Kim Sin-yu in goal, made 2 smart saves from Harry Wilson. Sil Young-woo, Jung Shin-hyun, Kim Min-jae and Lee Ki-jae are the defensive line. Hwang In-byum, Park Hyung-woo, Lee Jun-sung and Hong Hyun-soo in midfield, and up front Son Heung-min and Cho Gu-song. As Williams just grabbed Hong Sun-yuk there, but not spotted by the referee. And it's 0-0. Low cross to the edge of the Wales box, set up here. Oh, and I thought that Hong Sun-soo was going to shoot then, should have. He played it square instead. Wales has smuggled it away. Up to Moore, bounded into the back of Kiefer Moore was Young Seung-hyun of Ulsan Hyundai. And that's a Wales free kick. Should have shot then, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very similar to Harry Wilson's in the first half.
Bit closer maybe.
Yeah.
Free kick Wales, midway inside their own half. Gordon is stood over it.
That foul on Kiefer Moore by Young was basically, I'm not running. I'm just going to take you out. No runners behind sound.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's had that before. The problem is, it's when he retaliates or puts an elbow up, he tends to get penalised for it. And then Wilson goes down on halfway. Well, that's a free kick as well. That's Park Hyung-woo. Called up for the first time in the summer, his 3rd cap tonight. And Klinsmann. South Korea have drawn at home to Colombia. In fact, all their games have been at home. They drew 2-2 with Colombia, lost 2-1 to Uruguay, lost 1-0 to Peru, and drew 1-0 with El Salvador. As Moore gives Williams an almost impossible ball to get down the left side. And Korea have the ball.
It's hard to believe this team done Portugal in the World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, that was their last win.
Yeah.
Under Pedro Bento, of course, who was actually on the sidelines of that game, wasn't he? He wasn't allowed. He'd been sent off. And of course, they played his fellow countrymen. Cho on the far side, the Midtjylland striker. He's overhit the cross, and that's going to bend out for Wales.
Yeah,
throw.
what's disappointing, Rob, is that situation there. They're only ever getting one man in the box, really and truly. Son's held out. Hong's gone in there. The ball's gone over the top of his head, and then you look around the outside of the box. There's like 4 or 5 players, all like surrounding the 18-yard box. You think, well, 1 or 2 of you break a neck, or not even break a neck, just make a run into the box, and you get an opportunity.
Had that in the first half as well, didn't they? Had 2 people in the box with great ball in.
Yeah.
So it's a Wales throw here on Radio World Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Davis looks for more. I think he's got a touch on it, but it rolls into the depth of the Korea half. What will Rob Page have said to his side, do you think, at half-time, Nathan?
Well, the best, Rob. I would need a crystal ball for that one. I couldn't even tell you where he would start with that. Maybe you're doing well, good shape, keep your shape, keep your discipline. Don't disrespect the opposition. I know you've spoken about that. I think the fields against Armenia, they just went a bit lackadaisical. Keep the discipline and keep a clean sheet, I think, is most important for Wales.
Yeah, don't lose the game.
Yeah.
Don't concede.
Yeah. Min Song briefly touched the ball, has had one-sided goal really. That was sloppy, so was the back pass. Moore's not onto that though. That's what you wanted, Brendan Johnson.
Yeah, I know, like Rob is saying, he doesn't want this game, but, you know, Wales do need to show a bit in this game for me.
James steps in high up the field to win the ball back for Wales. Wilson now 25 yards out. Thought Connor Roberts was making the run down that right hand side. In fact, it was Lee Jae-sung.
Well, he had started Connor and he stopped and Sung carried on.
It was the right ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, just the wrong player.
Yeah. Connor Roberts on 49 caps tonight. Talked to us in the week and said, if you told me I was going to win possibly 50 caps, I was just chuffed to get my first. As I'm sure you two were as well.
Absolutely.
Foot race for Roden. That gets there. Oh, and then gives the ball away. That was sloppy. Kept the ball in the byline to Chu. And he will be buying Connor Roberts a drink, because he nicked in and saved the blushes, although at the expense of a corner. Simon Judge, what was he thinking?
I think sometimes you just got to play ugly and just get it out.
I think those have been the problem for Rob Page. Individual mistakes that you just can't, count for those things.
Especially at this level.
Absolutely.
1,000 or so Korea fans. There 1,000 there, probably 800 maybe a bit more than that.
I think they had 750
in that far corner. We'll go for that then. Watching the corner curl in. Powerful header away by Ben Davis. Wilson went tumbling as he tried to get there. Chance to cross from that left side again. Park pulls it onto his right foot. Blocked though by Moore. And then it's run out for a goal kick by Lee KJ.
Yeah, see what he's trying to do.
Gave him a massive pork chop there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Thuram has given France a 2-0 lead against the Republic of Ireland. Still goalless here on Radio Wales Sport on 5 Sport Extra in this friendly. Wales protecting their forces as well for Monday night's huge qualifier in Riga. Live on Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra Monday evening. 7:45 kickoff. Join us from 7. They've only won one of their last 7 friendlies, Wales. That was against Mexico in March 2021. As Williams takes the ball down on his right foot, chipped forward, but it's taken off him. Back to the Korean goalkeeper Kim Seung. Roden wins a wrestle on halfway from the clearance. James turns. This is Connor Roberts. Feeds Wilson central. He's outnumbered. Lovely little turn though by Wilson. Wide to Roberts, right hand side. Wilson goes to the return ball. Kim In-jae gets across there and enforces himself on Wilson and takes the ball from him. And now Korea trying to build on their left side in front of the red speckles fans on that, in that Ninian stand, the lower tier. Not full by any means. Seoul down this near side, the right, in front of the grandstand, and
I think he's offside.
Oh, he was offside there,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
he was, wasn't he?
Linesman couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland have pulled the goal back against Slovenia. They're trailing 3-2 in that game now. Evans, the goal scorer. Oh, it's the veteran Johnny Evans, the goal scorer. Just gone back to Manchester United.
Go on, Johnny. Love it.
You two could come out of retirement.
Don't
Can't
push it,
even put
Rob.
my boots
Or
on.
maybe not.
Don't push it.
Back heel sets up Son. And left footed. Well, that time Ward was waving it over. It was set up by the big striker Cho Gu-sung, who's been in good form this season. Scored twice against Ghana in the World Cup in Qatar. And that time he just laid it back for his captain. Left-footed curler, but didn't curl around enough. And Danny Ward waved it past his right-hand post. 0-0.
Yeah, no real danger was there with that. Surprising, because Son's got such high quality. You expect him to hit the target from there.
Loving the way Ben Davis has taken the ball out of defence tonight.
He can just do everything, can't he, Ben?
He
Does
can.
everything well.
Such a calm influence as well on the back.
Yeah. He actually is experienced. Is so missed when he's not there. But the other two got plenty of caps between them and individually, but just missed that experience head.
Yeah, he hasn't started a Premier League game for Spurs this season. Been on the bench twice. Played in the League Cup when they lost, of course, to Fulham, didn't they? In the Carabao Cup. So you can see why he needs the minutes tonight, and he's captain, which will make him immensely proud. And I think he'll be quite happy with the performance so far. It's 0-0. And you'd say an air of a friendly, but Wales are given as good as they've got so far. Simon Church.
Yeah, I mean, they've showed glimpses. You're right about the feel of a friendly. It's obviously very hot as well. We've all played in those games where the tempo slows down, where it's boiling, but I think Kiefer Moore just gives a bit more of a dynamic, and you've got to utilise it. If you see how many goals he's scored from crosses, I think Nico Williams is looking to play a bit higher up as well this half as well.
Slovenia now 4-2 up. Looks like there's going to be at least a couple of changes for Korea. I can see Lee Sun-min from Gwangju about to make his debut. So big night for him. And the cavalry are arriving for Wales as well. Wes Burns, Aaron Ramsey looks as if he's going to get half an hour. Rob Page did say there would be planned changes at 45, in other words 46 minutes. It really gets me when they say it's 45. It's actually in the 46th minute when the change is made at half time. Just a little foible of mine, Simon Church. Nathan Blake was used to those. And he said there would be changes on the hour as well. Here's Heung-min Song running at the Wales defence. Roberts put out a foot to block it. Cross in, headed away by Rodham from that left-hand side. Son Heung-min on the ball again. This time he fires it out to the near side. Bang In-byeon shoots left-footed and pulls it wide. Ward, I think, was across there anyway. So here we go then. 3 changes in the offing for Wales. Nico Williams is being replaced by Ipswich Town's Wes Burns. Harry Wilson makes way for the local boy now, Aaron Ramsey. And you can tell he's back home in Cardiff with that welcome. And Jordan James's night is at an end. And Josh Sear makes his return. His last appearance was against Finland as a substitute in September 2021. He's now playing League One at Bolton as Korea make 2 changes. With the Wolverhampton Wanderers player Hwang Hee-chan coming on.
The ball.
And also on Lee Sun-min for his bow. What do you make of those changes then, gentlemen?
I think Jordan James is going to come off a happy guy. I think he grew into the game a lot. You know, for his first start for Wales, I think he showed some good quality, some good pieces. But yeah, I think this is just about getting minutes. So I think with Rambo, they probably wouldn't have wanted him to play, but knowing him, being at Cardiff, playing for Wales, he would always want to be getting on the pitch and showing an example of everyone else.
Yeah, you want a little 20 minutes as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You want to run out. You know, you've been training a couple of days. You want to get out there, stretch your legs, try and make yourself a goal.
He scored twice for Cardiff already on his return.
Hwang is a dangerous player, Rob.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Hwang, they call him the Bull.
Yeah.
Very good player, good finisher too.
He scored on Sunday, didn't he, for Wolves? Came on as a substitute, or was it Saturday?
He's looking like he's going to be their number 9 where he's going.
More to Burns. Broadhead still on there, scrapping for possession. Bounces into midfield, brought down by Sheehan. Pulls it back for his captain, Davis. Good touch by the former Newport County player. Newport County manager Graham Coughlin is here, watching in the posh seats.
Yeah, I do like Sheehan, morale, but this is what I say about levels in the game. You know, give the ball away in there. Those, I mean, not so bad on a friendly, but you do that against the likes of Croatia or Armenia, and they'll be at you. You know, if this was a competitive game, I'm sure those mistakes would be punished.
Yeah, you've also got big shoes to fill with Joey Allen departing as well.
Absolutely.
That's someone who's going to leave a huge hole, and you know these new players coming in will have to take their opportunity, because it's still up for grabs. Really, we were talking about it earlier, weren't we? Who's going to play in the middle of the park with Ampadu?
Well, maybe you can think about a team to play on Monday before we go off air tonight, you two, so you've been warned. This is where you earn your big bucks as summarisers.
It's already done, Rob.
On Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra, 0-0.
That's what Church and I were speaking about before the game, Rob.
Justin Burns plays left wing back here for Wales, where at Ipswich he has a much further advanced role. But at the moment Wales are chasing possession. It's with Seol Young-woo. And then the first touch for Juan of Wolves. And his low cross is hammered out for a corner unceremoniously by Joe Roden. Surprised you're wearing beards tonight, guys, by the way. Your career in town.
Yeah, I know. No beards are allowed in there.
Yeah,
it's dirty.
Dirty and unkempt.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah.
I don't want to make any references or whatever.
It's taken me 34 years to grow this.
He's only wearing it because it's not windy.
There we go. 0-0. 64 minutes gone. Low corner in. Ooh! Moore went for it, and there's a somehow scrambled it away with Ramsey. Oh, lovely ball to Moore. Moore just brought down, was he? Free kick. Says referee William Collum of Scotland. Not had too much to do.
And we've not mentioned him, Rob.
No, he's been good, I think.
Yeah, just let it flow. No extra time.
Ramsey on the ball in midfield, not much up ahead, but he does pick up the run of Burns on the left side, and Burns' first touch lets him down, but then it breaks to Moore somehow via 2 rebounds, centre field, just outside the penalty area, cross in from Roberts from that right hand side, comes out of Heung-min Song, but Davis takes over. Mepham into the penalty area. Can he get the ball back? He can. Kiefer Moore. What did that come off? I think he's hit the post and it just missed Ramsey at that far post.
I think it's hit the post and it Ramsey.
And stayed out somehow.
Yes, somehow.
Roberts tries to keep the pressure on. Ramsey swiftly away from his defender. Roberts then sets a Broadhead, takes a deflection and just goes wide. Corner Wales. Simon Church, that's got the crowd going.
I think the crowd needed that. You know, that's what we're talking about, the different dynamic of bringing Kiefer Moore in. You get quality balls into the box, and that's what Kiefer could do. He hit the target. I don't know how it didn't hit the post and hit Rambo on the way out.
Aaron Ramsey takes this left-sided corner. Wales' first of this second half. It's beyond the far post. Whoa, as if the goalkeeper knew. Kim Sung-yu, he went well beyond his far post and collected the ball all by himself.
You can see even just in the short period that Ramsey's come on the pitch, you know, his quality, he's taken his time, he's made some good passes. I think him and Kiefer Moore make a big difference to this game.
Just watch this, Rob. The header hits the post.
Yeah, we just got a little monitor. The header hits
Ramsey.
The post. Oh, it would have been handball had it gone in. Song Heung-min into the Wales penalty. He's got a lot to do on the right hand side. Roman's trying to keep him up. Former Tottenham teammate Not very often, mind you. He didn't play many games for Tottenham, did Joe Rodon, but he's dealt with that, and it's out for a corner. Although Song Heung-min did mention him in the press conference yesterday, saying it's not just Ben Davies I'm friendly with. Joe Rodon, a really good mate of mine. He's a bit of a Wrexham fan as well, isn't he, Song Heung-min? Lee Jae-sung with this corner for South Korea from the right. A posse of substitutes warm up. He's hit that long. It's going to be picked up by Heung-min Song. Song Heung-min on that far side slid in front of the Korean fans who loved it. If he looks up, he'll see a Somerset Spurs flag in black and white. He had plenty of time to look up because he let the ball go off for a throw-in. And it's 0-0, but that's the closer we come to goals, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, I think Spurs got a few fans. So I take it back. I know someone will be listening. They'll be hurt by that.
Yes, you should remember Nathan Blake started his days as a Chelsea youngster.
Started my days as a Spurs fan.
There's a Korean player down. You say it, but it isn't that, Simon, what the point you made about Ramsey and Moore make a difference? Well, Moore isn't there on Monday, he can't, but isn't that the thing, that every time he comes on, he does make a difference, but I still think Wales would rather play a game in a different style. Do you know what I mean? They're almost forced into playing that because
I don't understand that, though, Rob. I don't understand how you think we're better without a number 9.
I would prefer to play with a centre forward.
Yeah. As a centre forward.
And have Brennan Johnson running off him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that works better.
Ramsey tried to pick up the pass to Burns, and he looks aghast that Burns didn't read it. Looks like David Brooks is about to enter the fray. Thought he might have started tonight, David Brooks.
Great to see him back as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he's been on the last two for Bournemouth. Good challenge by Morel, square to Sheehan 15 yards from the penalty area, finds Broadhead in the pocket of space, trying to break into the box, just loses it. Ramsey picks it up, plenty to do. He's got Burns on his outside, on this left hand side, right low cross by Burns, goes off a Korean defender for a Wales corner. This is probably Wales' best spell, I would say. Amraheed bellows out from behind that goal. The drummer in fine form. 70 minutes on the clock. 0-0. Very well Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Ramsey corner from the left. It's deep. Headed down by Rodon and collected on his line by Kim Sung-Yoo.
Yeah, good ball in to the back post. Rodon gets it really well.
Just not able to generate.
No, not enough power. Kim down his left hand side, nice and comfortable.
Well, things have certainly livened up. Ramsey, the most advanced Wales player at the moment. Kim Min-jae wide to our left hand side. Chu looks offside to me, but there we are. Assistant keeps his flag down. Moore header back inside, but that was picked up by Park Young-woo. He joined Al Ain in the summer in the UAE from Ulsan. As they're called Ulsan Hyundai. It's Hyundai, you know. As Lee puts the ball inside, cross into the Wales penalty area. Ward, I thought he hesitated.
Yeah, it looked
and then
like
suddenly threw his arms out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like he changed his mind, like he wasn't going to come for it, and then snatched it almost.
It's another good area though, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you're getting across, get across it there, you've got a simple tap in, haven't you?
Frustrates me that. Watching those balls and no one's there.
Yeah, used to me as well, but after 20 years, it started to just accept it. Right?
Davis was being
Still
nibbled
young,
at as he
still
broke
young.
into midfield then. And Jurgen Klinsmann looks a bit annoyed that that free kick has gone against his side. David Brooks coming on then, who makes way for David Brooks. We're about to find out. I think there may be a drinks break now as well. It is really warm. We played 72 minutes. And Brooks is going to have to wait, I think. I think the ref wants a drink. He does. I don't blame him either. He does. So what are we thinking then? The last 20 minutes now. Will Rob Page be satisfied with the performance so far, do you think?
I think he'll be satisfied as long as it stays the same. He'll be satisfied in terms of result. You know, they've showed glimpses. I really do think having a centre forward, someone like Kiefer Moore, who can hold the ball up, he's effective, he can have runners off him, but also crosses. We've just seen the biggest chance is a cross in the box, and he's the one who's going to attack it. I think we have to have that.
I've been trying to convince Rob of that for years. He's got this false nine thing in his head.
We're biased though, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're biased. We're biased with centre forwards, but I just think having a runner off
it as well.
A couple of changes in the drinks break. David Brooks on for Nathan Broadhead of Ipswich, and Korea have swapped their big centre for Cho Ju Liu, and he's been replaced by Hwang Yu Jo, who's on loan at Norwich from Forest. Burns now, left hand side, high up the field, level with the penalty area, cuts inside and lofts a right footed shot over the top when there were red shirts in the middle.
Meaning, you'd like to see a cross there, Rob?
Well, you've seen the problems Kiefer Moore has caused. You think he probably would then, although Simon Church, you've got the look of the man who said, well, I would have shot in that position.
I don't think I ever had a shot outside the box, to be honest.
Oh, it's a bit of a worry as Mepham stretched there and he's holding his knee, but I think he's okay. I thought he signalled it. No, he's gone to the ground. Well, this is exactly what Rob Page wanted to avoid. Chris Mepham called. I thought he signalled immediately. He stretched with that ball in the far corner, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, he doesn't look too distressed. I think it's cramp more than anything. Rob?
Well, this is only the second game he started this season.
Yeah, I think he just gets out a bit too quick, and then, yeah, I think he's just cramping, to be honest. He's bent over and grabbed both his calves.
He has,
and they're stretching his calves now.
Sean Connolly, yeah.
Just hot, muggy night, fluids,
Lack of
salts.
game time.
Yeah. I know it can be used for other things, but do they still used to use the Oralite after training and all that to replace your salts and all that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's electrolytes now.
Yeah. Well,
they've checked it up a little bit.
There was electrolytes at the same time. Was it science and sport? Yeah.
No, yeah. That's it.
I know the electrolytes, but they used to use. It's probably because it was a higher level. Dave Fever at Blackburn, he introduced the Oralite because it replaced all your salts as well. Never mind, son.
All our yesterdays.
Let it go, Si.
14 minutes to go. Still waiting for our first goal in this friendly between Wales and South Korea. Sheehan clips the ball away from a defensive position in the Wales right back position, but it's going to come straight back at them. Hwang of Wolves on that far side lofts in a right-footed cross, headed out not too convincingly by Burns, straight to Heung-min Song. It's not the best idea. Wales are in
Rob, I read also that the players weren't too happy with Jurgen Klinsmann. Did you read that? Did you see that anywhere? So I read that they weren't too happy with his approach.
We heard the
Apparently.
journalist we spoke to before the programme saying he's under pressure
Yeah.
because they expect more. They're planning for the Asian Cup, which is in Qatar in January, February. And so he says, well, look, that's all that counts really. And believe it or not, they've not won the Asian Cup since 1960.
Yeah. I think they've got a population of about 52 million, 53 million.
Yeah, and there's a few hundred still here.
Yeah. I thought they'd be have a better record than that.
Just gone on the edge of the box, offside. Poland have won up on Faroes. Robert Lewandowski with a penalty. Elsewhere tonight, Czech Republic 1, Albania 1, Denmark 3, San Marino 0, France 2, the Republic of Ireland 0, Netherlands 3, Greece 0, Poland 1, Faroes 0, Serbia 1, Hungary 2, and Slovenia 4, Northern Ireland 2. And here in this friendly, it's Wales 0, South Korea 0 on 5 Sport Extra and BBC Radio Wales. Moore heads on the free kick. Wales can't pick up the second ball. They're trying to win it back now. Davis.
Lovely skill. Lovely bit of skill that from Lee.
Yeah. Lee Jae-sung. It's going to be a free kick to South Korea just in front of Rob Page. His 36th game in charge tonight. Wales have drawn their last 2 friendlies against Albania and Finland. And they've only won 4 of their last 21 friendlies. But then friendlies are different now. Rob Page has made it clear, well, A, he didn't want to play this friendly really, but he had to. And secondly, the only game that really matters for him is Monday. But a win would sort of, I think Ian Hunt used the good word, soothe things for him.
I think he'll be quite happy with how he's gone tonight. I don't think he's going to be, too fussed about the result as long as everyone comes off the pitch unscathed. There's been a few good performances. We haven't mentioned Broadhead. I was very impressed with him, with his movement, how confident he was. He was just lacking that kind of final end product. But apart from that, there was glimpses, and also Jordan James as well. His performance, he is solid.
Well, it's definitely a defensive midfield berth up for grabs with Morale suspended, and you'd think the fact that he came off early as well, Jordan James might have got himself that. Here's Brooks, the willowy player, and is in good form for Bournemouth. As Burns dribbles down this left-hand side, heads towards the corner flag, low cross into the box, easily cleared away. Davis cushions the header down for Morel. Song Heung-min got his head in the way though.
Just a little drag back by Morel. Just held him a little.
And the attendance we're just about to be given. 13,668. Well, you look at Wales's form. Children back to school this week. I mean, in the old days,
played in front of a lot less
for competitive games. Yeah. Is there going to be a winner though? It's goalless. As you go to the last 10 minutes of the Cardiff City Stadium, plenty of enthusiasm from the fans, plenty going for lap to Riga at the weekend as well. The Red Wall will be out in force in Riga as Brooks nips in to get Wales trying to get forward. Ramsey has to go back but then curls it wide to Roberts, who's played from the kickoff so far. Ramsey looks at the run of Brooks. Min Jae got back there though, the Bayern Munich player.
Yeah, that ball just needed to be a bit wider so Brooks could go inside the defender.
Kim Min-jae went for £58 million this summer. He's the most expensive Asian player from the Serie A champions Napoli. His teammate is Harry Kane now. He keeps them out and Kane pops them in. There's a Korean player down now. Is that Park Hyun-woo?
It is,
yeah. You should know him by his orange boots. And his game is over, I think. He's been helped out to the touchline. It's a conciliatory tap on the shoulder as he moves off, and you'd have to say the way he's walking off, he's unlikely to be facing Saudi Arabia at St James's Park, Newcastle on Tuesday. Two changes in the offing. Lee Dong-Leong Lee Jae-sung is making way for Hang Young-jun, familiar to Celtic fans. Joined them for a 5-year deal from Gangwon. This is his debut for South Korea as Denmark go 4-0 up on San Marino. So it's 0-0. We've got just under 7 minutes to go here at the Cardiff City Stadium on 5 Sport Extra and Radio Wales. Mepham, okay again. Ward, low kick forward that time. Didn't get too far either. Ramsey puts the pressure on, forces the back pass into the Korean half. So it's Sewell who's been a threat down this near side, the Wales left. Into Han Young-jun. One of Wolves bursts to the byline on that left-hand side, wants to set up a shooting chance. Joe Morrell gets there to tease the ball away from him. And gets brought down. And that's why you need a defensive midfielder, Nathan.
Yeah, it's good anticipation as well from Joe. It's a good burst on the left-hand touchline. Not sure it was, got sat down. Might have been Mepham.
You can just feel the tempo is coming towards an end now, isn't it? It's just like feeling like we're just trying to see the game out now. Come on, ref.
Strikes me that South Korea will owe Wales a game, so I quite fancy a trip to South Korea.
I have to get rid of my beard.
You will?
Yeah, me too.
Also, take your money. They've got the world's largest department store, apparently.
You could just put your head out the plane window, mate. You'll be fine.
And Wales make a breakthrough. Brooks turns. Ramsey, right-hand side, level with the Korean penalty area. Roberts is there as well. Goes back to Brooks. Sheehan. Square to Mepham. Now they bring on Roden. Davis is on this left-hand side, seeks out Burns, finds him, and then goes inside Davis. He's in the penalty area, goes a crossover, keeper palms it away, and Korea get the ball away. Will drop for Mepham, heads it forward. Davis went for it on the edge of the box, and he's come off worse of a collision inside the D, but the referee has given a foul to South Korea. It's 0-0.
A good forward movement from Ben. That's what he can bring. You know, when he was playing in that role, he likes to bring the ball forward. He likes to run forward. It was a good cross as well. It was just cut out by the goalkeeper at the end. Kiefer Moore was getting set out, and I think, you know, Ben is such an important player for us. You know, leading by example, doing things like that. Even in the friendly, he doesn't really want to get injured or doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to lose either.
No. But there aren't many minutes to go now. Can Wales just grab something? Heung-min Jae, he looked offside then, did Heung-min Song.
Country mile.
Assistant agrees.
That's one of them. Late on in the game, I'll just run and hope that someone's sleeping in defence. I'm onside, then I come alive. But, no. I think it would take some real ill discipline from Wales to get caught like that.
Oh, absolutely. The amount of times I got offside for that kind of run was not acceptable.
Yeah, I remember. 3 minutes to go on Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. Ward clears long, looking for more. Loses the header that time. It's going to be a Wales throw, not too far away from the South Korea penalty area. Got to say, Young Seung-hin, who plays for Ulsan Hyundai, has been pretty powerful in the air. Davis tries to thread through the eye of a needle, but it ricocheted off Aaron Ramsey out for a South Korea throw. 1 or 2 starting to leave the cross seats to our left. Heung-min Song robbed by Morel, so it'll be a Wales throw, 10-15 yards inside the Korean half. Burns looks for a red shirt to pass it to. We've got 88 minutes on the clock. Davis makes himself available, clips it past 2 players, then Burns trying to take over and loses it. Roden lofts it forward, looking for Moore. Moore got the header that time. Ramsey shrugs off the defender on the deck, crosses in left-footed. Moore heads it, but he heads it towards goal, but he was always going backwards, and he was a good 15-16 yards out.
Yeah.
So Brooks had given him a shout behind him.
Not sure. Difficult when you're up in the air as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when you keep for more, you're going to attack everything you can.
Exactly.
How many times did you leave it in the box?
Never.
Wales are asking for offside against Lee Dong-young, who's on loan at Hansa Rostock. But it's that doesn't go out. It's going to be a Wales throw, and we're coming to the dying seconds of this game. Moore heads it down for Burns, but he's well inside his own half, has to go back to Ben Davis. Moore's gone forward, Ramsey's available down this left hand side. They go square to Roden on the edge of the D, White to Mepham. Suspect both of those two will be involved against Latvia on Monday. Now Roden, is there one last effort for Wales to make a breakthrough, which Rob Page would desperately love. Go White to Burns, referee hasn't looked at his watch yet. Davis looks to the run of Sheehan into the penalty area. Now, is there a touch on that? I think it is. It's a Wales corner.
It's a great run. A great run forward from Sheehan, and again Ben with the quality.
This could be the last chance of this game. David Brooks has gone across to that right hand side to take the corner. Can Wales make the breakthrough here? Moore is the target and heads it over from 6 yards, and that is the final whistle. The last effort was for Kiefer Moore, who made a difference, no doubt about that, in the second half. But Wales couldn't find a breakthrough. We'll see what the fans think of that. But it's certainly a much improved performance, though distinctly played as a friendly, you'd have to say. Wales go to Latvia on Monday for a huge game. They've kept the clean sheet. They've probably had the better chances, but on Monday they will have to take those chances. So Rob Page sort of stops the rot as Amor Rahid pipes up. He's given minutes to certain players, he's taken some off early, and he's got plenty to ponder for Monday, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, he has, Rob. There's some good performances as well. I think you'd be happy with the likes of Jordan James coming in. Nathan Broadhead done well. Ethan Ampadu, as usual, very solid performance, but a lot of good to take from that game. They haven't lost, first and foremost. It's a difficult game, difficult conditions, and he's got a few players a good run out, good 60 minutes, 70 minutes in their legs. So, yeah, decent night all round.
Yeah, he's got to be happy with that, Robert Page. I think, coming out of the game, no one seemed to get injured, kept a clean sheet, looked encouraging in the second half, a lot better with the inclusion of Keita Moore. At the end of the day, I think he'll probably take that, and all thoughts are on Monday now.
So that is it for the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales head to Latvia on Monday with Rob Page facing some of the toughest selection decisions that he's ever had to make on one of the most important games that he's faced, not just for Wales's qualification hopes but for his future too, maybe. It's finished here though. Cardiff City 0, Wales 0, South Korea 0.